Welcome back to my kitchen, Catherine's Plates. We're on the menu today. I'm going to show you how to make Mississippi pot roast in the crock pot. Now, I know a lot of you have made Mississippi pot roast before, but have you made it using no envelopes? And when I say that, I mean no brown gravy mix in the envelope, no buttermilk ranch dressing mix in the envelope, okay? We're taking all those out. I'm going to show you how to make it simple, easy, but very delicious without those, just using some simple pantry ingredients. What I like about this is that you can minimize or take out all of the salt that you want out of this. Guys, have it all wrapped up for you. Are you ready? What I want to do now is show you how to make that really tasty homemade brown gravy. In a medium saucepan over high heat, I'm adding 1.5 cups of beef broth, half a cup of chicken broth, 1 teaspoon of Worcestershire. I have 1 teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of salt, and half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm just going to whisk this together, and I want to bring this to a boil. Okay, we have a boil going on. I'm going to take 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of water. Just going to mix this together. Pour this in. Stir that in. I'm going to drop my heat down to a medium-low. I'm going to whisk this till we get to a gravy consistency. Got 1 tablespoon of butter. And I'm just going to whisk this on medium-low until that butter is all melted. Alright, there we go. I'm going to give it a taste and see if we need to adjust any seasonings. That's delicious. All right, we're going to turn it off. You can serve it right away, or you can cool it down and then refrigerate it for up to 5 days. To sear the chuck roast, we are going to place our burner on a medium-high heat, almost a high heat. It's going to place a large skillet, or you can even use a Dutch oven if you'd like. Add about 2 tablespoons of some oil. Now this is avocado oil. Now while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and season the top side of my roast here. This is a chuck roast. It's boneless and it's about 2.86 pounds. So I'm just going to take some black pepper and coat it generously. And some salt. Browning your meat first will lock in all that delicious flavor, give it a nice sear, nice color. Now what I'm going to do is just take a large serving fork, or you can take some tongs, and I'm just going to place my chuck roast into the pan there, upside down, so that the salt and the pepper side is in the oil. And that should be nice and hot. Oh, it feels nice and hot. You want to get a nice sear on that, so make sure that that is nice and hot. You hear that? Now while it's searing on that side, what I'm going to do now is put some pepper on the side facing up. And some salt. I'm going to let that sear for about 4 to 5 minutes until it's nice and browned on the back side, and then we're going to flip it over. Oh, look at the color of that. Another 4 minutes on the back side. And then what I'm going to do is just rotate it on all of the sides to give it a nice color on the sides. I'm using a 6-quart crock pot, and I'm just going to place my seared roast into the bottom of it. Now, if you're not searing your meat, you could just go ahead and place your roast into the crock pot without searing it. Okay, the first envelope that I'm not using is the brown gravy. Now, I made this the night before and just put it in my refrigerator, and then I just stirred in about a couple of tablespoons of water to kind of loosen it up. It's going to go all over. My homemade ranch dressing mix, 3 tablespoons will equal a packet that you can buy at the store. And I will link the recipe and the video of me making the ranch dressing down below in the description box. Now if you're on another device and you can't get to the description box, you can go to www.catherinesplates.com and find it there. Just search for ranch dressing mix. And that's going on top, just like you do any kind of Mississippi pot roast. I have 1 stick of butter. Now this is cold butter, and I just cut it into cubes here, or into tablespoons, and I'm just going to lay that all over my roast. Now you can use unsalted butter to control your salt, or just a regular stick of butter. What's nice about the seasoning in there, the ranch dressing, is that you can control, your ingredients that go into that also. There we go. Now another ingredient that goes into Mississippi pot roast is pepperonis, the liquid, and the whole pepperonis. Now you can control the heat level by what you put in there. If you don't like a lot of heat, you can leave out the juice and just put in a few pepperonis for the flavor. Or if you like a lot of heat, you can add a lot of juice and a lot of pepperonis. It's up to you on how much heat level you like. Now I just put in like a very little bit of the pepperonis juice, a couple tablespoons, and then I put in about 6 to 8 pepperonis around the roast. Those pepperonis have a great flavor, so give it a try before you put them in your roast and see how much of that flavor you want in your roast. I'm going to be cooking mine on low for about 8 to 10 hours, or you can cook it on high for about 6 to 8 hours. You want it very tender where you can shred it with 2 forks, and you want it well done inside also. Okay guys, I'll be back and I'm going to show you how I'm going to serve mine up. Okay, I've pulled my roast out of the crock pot and put some juices on here also. Look how tender this is. Look at that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how we're going to eat this. There's several different ways. I mean, you can put this over mashed potatoes. You can make a sub out of it. So I'm fixing to show y'all. But I'm fixing to have my husband try it. It's so tender. So full of flavor.
That is awesome.
No envelopes were used in this roast.
Yeah, we even made the beef.
Yeah, we made the beef too, yeah. Okay. I'm ready for my bite. I got some tater tots on my plate because it's a sandwich kind of night. So I got some cheese on a hoagie bun. That is so delicious. And like I said, with the pepperonis, when you add them, you can add them whole and not add the juice if you don't want a lot of that heat from it. This is perfect for me. And I used about a 1/4 cup of the juice and about 8 pepperonis, and that was perfect heat level for me. So if you want to adjust that and go lower or go higher with that, it's totally up to you. All right, no envelopes in this one, you guys. Give me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment down below what you think of my crock pot Mississippi pot roast. I'm on Facebook, and also all of my recipes can be found at www.catherinesplates.com. I will see you on the next episode.